There are in this hall this afternoon many who could be honored, but the Parliament of the world's religions has chosen to honor one. And we are proud, very proud, to do that to one of our own, a longstanding and faithful and creative, active member of our Board of Trustees. What award? What award would represent this one? What kind of award would we want to give this one? From our experience with Paul Eppinger, it had to be a Golden Rule Award. Paul represents that award, what is at stake in that award. And he does it not in the sense of think unto others as you would have others think unto you. Not how even treat someone else like you would want someone else to treat you. But in the spirit of what we've heard today, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. That is the teaching, the practice, the law is a command for action. And Paul Eppinger represents a person of action. Now, action we normally think of as a force of nature, right? Isn't that what we often talk about when we say someone is spirited, is doing the right thing? We say that person is a force of nature. That doesn't quite represent Paul Eppinger. Paul is a force of spirit. Not spirit in the quiet sense. Not spirit in the meditative sense, but spirit in the sense of spirited, energetic, inspiring. He represents by his own life what the Parliament of the world's religions is about. He was a missionary at one time in the Far East, but rather than simply conveying and sharing his own faith, he took it upon himself as a missionary to learn the faith of others. And from his experience, he drew wisdom, and wisdom that he did not keep to himself, but shared with others. Came back to this country and was a pastor and a preacher for many years. One of the great, I must say, as an American Baptist, one of our great preachers of the denomination. But it wasn't simply a preaching and a teaching in a small community. His audience, his parish, was much wider, inclusive, comprehensive. Paul has been, for many of us, an inspiration, an energizer, a thinker, yes, but most of all, I think, a transformer. And that's why we believe the Golden Rule Award should be awarded to our colleague, because in his practice, not just in his thought, but in his practice, Paul Eppinger has represented the Golden Rule and transformed the lives of people. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, Paul, we congratulate you on this award. And now I call on my colleague, the other Vice Chair of the Board, Phyllis.
I'm trying to find a microphone for you, Paul. I'm going to bring this down to you.
Your microphone will come to you.
And we're bringing you a microphone. So.
Can you please, some men give way to Phyllis, please? Phyllis is coming. Could you please make room for her?
Well, thank you, Phyllis.
Sit, Paul. Sit and be comfortable.
This is okay. I can have this. I thank you so much for this award. You may be seated. Until about a year ago, I was running 2 or 3 miles every day, and then I began to weaken in my body, and I was diagnosed with ALS disease, the Lou Gehrig's disease. So I am extremely weak now. I cannot stand by myself. I cannot walk at all. But my heart, my soul is here with all of you. You all know, because all of you here have received awards, have been recognized in many ways, and you don't stand by yourself. You always are supported, loved by other people. So I have 2 recognitions I want to make right now. One is my family. My wife, Sybil, here. Hold them tight. We've been married 57 years. She is my partner, my mentor, my lover. A couple of years ago, she was named the Arizona Mother of the Year.
All right.
Also with me here is my daughter, Dr. Priscilla Eppinger. Hold me. Dr. Eppinger, Dr. Priscilla Eppinger, is a professor of theology at a university in Iowa and a seminary in Missouri. Another of my 4 daughters that is here is Dr. Monica Eppinger. She's holding me up. Monica is a professor at St. Louis University School of Law. Her husband is here to my left, and they both could not be here for the entire Parliament, but they flew in yesterday to be with us for this wonderful luncheon. The other group I want to introduce is the Arizona Interfaith Movement. We've got a couple of people here for the Parliament, and a few of them are here for this lunch. I would like to ask members of the Arizona Interfaith Movement, please stand so you can be recognized. Thank you. Also, a member of our board or our supporter is David Lincoln there at the head table. But it is such a privilege for us to be here and to be a part of this. I learned the golden rule as a little tiny boy, 5 or 6 years old, in a little Sunday school in western Kansas. On a good day, that church had maybe 50 or 60 people in it on a Sunday. So there were very, very few of us, but I learned the golden rule there. And then 50 years ago, in a rather dramatic way, I learned another scripture out of the Christian scriptures, out of the book of the Revelation, chapter 2, verse 10. It declares, "Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of life. I've tried for the last 50 years to be faithful. And I want to say, my brothers and sisters, as long as 1 out of 5 little children in America and millions of children around the world go to bed hungry every night, I want to be faithful. As long as tens of thousands of people are homeless and living on the streets, not only in America, but millions around the world, I want to be faithful. As long as in America, thousands upon thousands of people still believe that all Muslims are terrorists, I want to be faithful and declare that is not so. As long as Sikhs in different parts of this nation are attacked because of the uniqueness of their faith and their dress, I want to be faithful. As long as Mormon Christians in America are thought by many Protestants and many Catholics that they are second-class Christians, I want to be faithful. As long as the world feels the only way they can decide political differences is by war, I want to be faithful. As long as America, the last count I heard was we have 2,500 nuclear weapons, bombs, and there are other nations around the world that have nuclear bombs, and we can wipe the human race off the face of the earth. I want to be faithful. You can see that I'm very, very weak.
You are a
But
strong,
I want to
my
say
brother.
this. As long as there is 1 ounce of blood flowing through my body, I want to be faithful. And one of the last effects of this Lou Gehrig's disease, and the average lifetime is 2 to 4 years, and I've had it for 2 years now, the doctors say. So I don't know if I've got a couple of months or 10 years to live. But as long as my mouth, and one of the last items that is affected, as long as my mouth can put together 3 or 4 intelligible words in a meaningful sentence, I want to give help and hope and love to all people in the world. I want to be faithful. And so, my brothers and sisters, I know that in each scripture of each faith, there is a call to be faithful. I would invite all of us in this room to go back to our communities around the world with a new declaration that we all will be faithful. Thank you, and God, Allah, Yahweh, Baha'u'llah, bless all of you.